What's up, guys? This is Shamaster bringing a video to doing what deku was a skrill, part 1. Now, before I start this off, I will be saying a few things. Number 1, thank you for everyone who has subscribed to my channel and watched any of my views or at least comment on my videos. I am really grateful for that, though, because without you guys, I'm really nothing on this site. Without you guys, I would not be continuing on doing these what if videos. I just did a what if video when I started this channel, though, or I used to be a Minecraft YouTuber. That didn't work, so I just said, hey, maybe just try what if, and I did, and then, well, I'm successful. I have to say this right now, if you guys do want me to branch out my what if videos, like I was thinking of doing a what if Naruto had the Black Light virus. I'm still thinking of how I do that, though, but I have something in the works for that. If anyone does want to see that, please put in the comment section below. Number 2. Tomorrow, this is the video I'm going to record, and that's it for today. So that means on Friday, I will be recording what if Deku had Flowey's powers. So yeah, let's get started. Let me set a timer, and let's go. Now then. Now, where we're starting this off as Azuka Midoriya. He is still in his egg. Mostly his dad and his mother, most of them just gonna call them, well, his mom and dad. His dad wants to raise only one kid because, well, it's easier to raise one dragon kid. Because if you raise one dragon kid, then it's easier. Plus, you can teach them more things way faster, and if you had multiple kids, then it's gonna take more food and stuff. So yeah. Now then, as his dad does not like any other type of dragons, and his mother does not like any type of dragons either. In fact, the entire skrill species does not like to talk to other dragons at all. The only time they do talk to them, at least, if they're trying to kill some humans. They still do that, though. Now, as his dad is really getting patient of his son, or his kid at least, hatching from his egg, he starts moving around a little bit before his dad hears a crack on the egg. Mostly, the mom thinks that the dad did something wrong, and she was going to, well, him at least, or hurt him, before they see a little skrill head pop out of the egg. As the mom and dad are just sitting there, watching their, well, girl or boy, they can't really tell yet, mostly getting out of the egg, before the dad just does the reasonable thing, check to see if this is a boy or a girl. He tells the mom that this is a boy. That's at least good. I don't want to raise a girl, but it doesn't matter. Now, as the mom asks what's wrong raising a girl, saying that, well, you know, as the mom just says it doesn't matter anyway, at least we have a son. As they start talking a little bit more, Deku is just, well, not paying attention at all. He just starts trying to move around at least. Now, let's do a time skip, where Deku is 5 years old for skrill. Now, Deku and his dad do have a strong relationship at least. His mom and him do have a strong relationship too, but it's way stronger with the dad. So yeah. Now, his dad is trying to show his son how to hunt, well, livestock at least. Trying to hunt something. Because he does want to show how his kid to kill things. So if they do die, he knows how to hunt food for himself. That's what his dad did for him, but he died by human hands. Mostly he got his wings ripped off by a person with a quirk and stabbed through the eye. He had to watch that as a kid, and he killed the person who did that to his dad. So yeah. Now, let's continue on. Now, as well, his dad just says, wait there, kiddo, as he just sees a human. Now, The mother did tell the dad to not attack any humans in this area, because they did not want to deal with any humans with quirks, or their powers, or something they like calling them. Now, as this dad sees this human with electricity quirk, as his dad just starts smiling at least, this human has a thunder quirk, or a lightning power at least. That means he can feed off him like a battery until he can just shoot more electricity out of his mouth. So yeah. Now, as he's thinking a little bit more, the mother flies over by them, as she just tells the dad to not attack the human. You remember what happened though? Remember the last time when you attacked a human? It didn't go so well. We almost got our nest burned down, and it was a bloodbath at least. As the dad saying that, come on, Hunt, or come on. I have to deal with this stupid human on our island. As well, the mom says, wait, where's our son? As the dad's looking around and seeing that their kid is nowhere to be found. As they just see their kid going to attack the human. As his dad just says right there. As the dad just starts moving around, not trying to make any noise. Going to take his son back. As he's almost close to his son, the guy just sees the skrill. 2 of them at least. Before he sees a third skrill. He immediately shouts out skrill as he just starts running. His dad does not want that human to survive, so he charges up electricity attack and he shoots at the human. Mostly going for a killing blow, aiming for the head at least. As he does, the human sees that this skrill fired electricity attack back at him. So he starts shooting electricity out of his hand, and this does create, a counter, so it creates a giant explosion at least. Or at least a big enough explosion that knocked back the human. Now, the dad just tells the mom to, kill the human stuff and bring his body. As the mom does understand, and she really did not want to kill a human, but it doesn't matter anyway. Now, as she starts, walking over to the body at least and seeing if it's dead or alive, the human just wakes up immediately. As the mom has one of her talons at least by its head and just stabs into its head and rips off its head. Just going to take off the head off her claw-like thing and drags the body to their nest. As the dad's giving a strong talking to his son, telling him to never ever interact with humans. They're evil. They hunt their species and try to use us as, tools for them. So yeah. As Deku, or we're just gonna call him. Yeah, we're just gonna call him for Deku. As Deku does understand that though, and he just tells his dad sorry. As his son and him start walking back to the nest. Now, a few hours later pass as they start eating this human's body. They did have to strip him naked and stuff and start eating him though. So yeah, they didn't really want to eat this human, but it doesn't matter anyway. The dad couldn't catch any fish, and the mother, she's just too lazy a little bit. So yeah. Now then, as well, Deku just asks about any of his other family members. His dad just tells Deku that your family, or us, we have a lot of them. There's some from the west, the east, the south, and the north. Some of them that are good with us, the others are not. So yeah. As Deku just asks this one question, where's his dad? As well, his dad just coughs up, was going to choke on this human's arm. As his mom just tells Deku that, his dad is, his dad just tells Deku that his dad died by a filthy human. He had a quirk or a power or some shit. He ripped off my dad's arms, then immediately stabbed him in the eye, aiming for his brain. So I killed him, though. So yeah. As Deku does feel sad for asking that question. As his dad just tells him he didn't, as the dad just tells him he doesn't have to cry for that, at least. My dad was a nice person, but he did do a few dirty things. But he was still a good dad. Now then. As the dad just tells Deku that tomorrow we're going to hunt again, and this time you're actually going to watch, or you won't get anything to eat. As the mom just said, I think that's too harsh. The dad just says that's not harsh enough. My dad would just starve me for an entire day. In fact, I wouldn't even eat for at least 2 days if I did something wrong like that. In fact, I almost got myself killed through one of those experiences. Now, as his dad just tells Deku, do you want to hear the story how your dad, almost got himself killed? Deku just says yes. As he just tells his son to get comfortable at least. Now, let's go back through time at least. 25 or 20 years ago, where Deku's father was 5 years old. Now, we are on the exact same island that Deku and his family are at, but in the past. So yeah. Now, Deku's grandpa, I'm gonna call him that. Deku's grandpa was showing his, dad how to hunt down this human that has visited his island multiple times and took a lot of things. He started cutting down a few trees and taking them on his boat and going to a different island. He continues doing that for a long time. So his dad wouldn't stop from doing that because he is really close to their nest. Now, Deku's grandpa just tells his son to stay right here, and I'll show you how to kill filthy humans like these. As Deku's dad starts watching his grandpa start moving around at least. Seeing that, his grandpa starts going for the kill. Going to just tackle the human's, slit his throat. As he starts going to do that, he sees this human has something else. He has a kid. A little one, at least. Now, his grandpa did have moral code. He would never, ever kill a human with a child. Because he would know how that would feel if he lost his own son. Or he was dead and he never taught his son how to hunt. So he just backed away at least. Now, immediately his dad, Deku's dad just asks his grandpa, Deku's dad asks his grandpa why the heck did he not attack that human. His grandpa just tells him he has a mortal code. He does not attack any humans, at least, with little kids. He does have a moral code for that, at least. I don't attack kids. I only attack them if they're a threat to us. And that human over there, if he continues cutting down trees, at least, then I will kill him on the spot. Now, as his dad just tells his son to come on, let's go. As his grandpa starts walking away, Deku's dad does not like that at all. He hates humans with a passion. He wants to annihilate all of them. So he was going to attack that human. As his grandpa sees that, his son is going to attack this human family. As he just says stubborn one, is he? Well, great. As grandpa just sees that Deku's dad is going for the kill to attack the young one. As Deku's grandpa does not like that at all. He just makes a giant roar as the human and the young one start running away. Deku's grandpa just says, "You idiot. You almost got yourself killed there. In fact, if you did get yourself killed there, I wouldn't, well, I would have been sad. But I wouldn't know why you died. You were stupid." As he just raises up his claw and slices Deku's, well, dad's, well, back at least, telling him that's what he gets for doing something wrong. Now let's get back to the nest already. Now, as Deku's dad was going to cry, he tells him if he cries at least, I won't feed you for an entire 2 days. Now let's go. As well, Deku's grandpa and Deku's dad start walking away. Now let's go back to the present. As Deku is asleep and, well, Deku's mom is asking his dad, is he okay with that at least? Now, he just tells him he's okay at least. He understands why his dad did that. I almost got him or me killed at least, and I could never have you and my son. Now, as they go to sleep, the next day, well, it's the next day at least. As Deku wakes up really early, and he wakes up his dad. His dad didn't really want to wake up, but he told him, come on, we have to hunt. As well, his dad just says fine. But next time we try to do something stupid or, something else at least, you know what's going to happen, right? As Deku does not know what's going to happen. He says he's going to do the exact same thing his grandpa did to him. Give him a giant scar mark on his body. Won't be targeting for the wings because that's stupid and, well, a douchebag move. He will not target for the eye. He'll be mostly targeting for, well, the back at least. Now, as Deku's father and him start walking away from the nest. Now, as they're on the edge of this island, they just see ocean at least, and see other types of dragons. They just see a rumblehorn, or I think it's called a rumblehorn. Most of the ones are in the water. So yeah. Now, as Deku just asks what type of dragon is that, Deku's dad just says it's a rumblehorn, son. Mostly they have the ability to scream really loud and they can do a lot of damage. In fact, I should just kill that one by our island at least. But I bet your mother would not like that at all. Now, as Deku just asks his dad, does he have that moral code that Grandpa had? He just tells him yes, he does. He does not kill any humans but young ones at least. If he sees a human with a young one on his island, he will not kill them. And he tells his son to not do that either. In fact, he tells him to promise he would never ever hurt a human kid. Or a young one that cannot defend himself. At least. As Deku just says he promises. Now, as well, Deku's dad just tells him to watch this. As he immediately jumps off the island and starts diving for the water. As he does, he's now in the water, grabbing a few fishes and flying out of the water. Telling his son that's how you catch food. As he's about 5 to 6 fish at least, he knows his mother, eats a lot, so she doesn't need a lot of food. As 30 minutes pass, they have enough food for them for an entire day at least. So yeah. As they start carrying this all back, because they have to go back and forth, they see the mother well awake, and she's a little irritated at least. She asks those two where were they anyway? As the dad just says that he was, fishing with his son. As the mother just says, okay then, at least you guys aren't trying to kill any humans. As his mother just says, let me guess, you guys got more fish. As Deku just says, yeah, we got a lot. As, his mother just says, fine. As she just flies in the air and she sees where the, pile of fish is at. As she just starts going over there and, before anyone does ask how the fuck did they carry, fish, they mostly, open their mouth and try to not swallow the fish or chew it. They just keep it in their mouth and start carrying it, like a pelican. So yeah, that's how they, do that, transport fish. As his mother can transport more fish than the male, or his dad at least, that's at least good. As a few more minutes pass, they are starting to eat all this fish. Deku's dad just tells him to eat how much he wants at least. As Deku starts eating more and more fish, Deku's dad tells him to not go so fast. You might have a hiccup at least. As Deku just asks what the heck are those, telling him that those are with when you eat too much at least, and your electricity powers do act a little weird. As Deku does have a hiccup, he accidentally shoots a lightning bolt. As this is the first time ever Deku using his powers, as his dad has done this once in his life. Now then, Deku just asks his dad, did he just see that? He just used his power. As his dad just says, yes, he did. Now then. As they're done eating all their fish, they just go to sleep. As it is now the middle of the night. Now then, as we just hear a few people on the island. These are not normal people just collecting a few resources here and there. These are dragon hunters for Drago Bloodfist's army. Now, as Deku's dad just wakes up and his mother, they just hear humans on this island. It sounds like there's 5 or 6 of them at least. Now then, as the mother just says, what the heck are we going to do now? The dad just says, I'll go in the air and try to spot anything, and I'll tell you anything, though. As the mom says, no, we both stay on the ground and protect our son. As they start a little argument, at least, Deku wakes up, asking what the heck's going on here. As his dad, does not want his son to get hurt. He just says, fine, we'll leave. As Deku just says, no, I don't want to leave our home at least. As Deku's dad just tells him that, do you want to be killed? Do you not understand though, these humans are evil. They have type of weapons that can shoot dragons out of the sky and kill them instantly. As Deku's dad just tells him sorry. Sorry for yelling at him at least. As Deku was going to cry, Deku's dad, gets his, he's not trying to scratch his son's eye, but starts wiping away the tears. Now, as one dragon hunter just yells out, there are 3 squirrels at least. Seems like 1 female, 1 male, and 1 kid. It'll be great for Drago's army. As he starts charging up his bow and fires at it. Now, Drago does not like anyone with quirks. He will immediately kill them on sight. Except All For One, Green, and Shigaraki Kirigiri twice, Mr. Compress. A lot of people though that are with All For One's, League of Villains at least. Now, as that Dragon Hunter charges up his bow and fires at it, he was aiming for, the female. As, she was going to dodge it, his dad just immediately blocks it. Now, it did get him really good, so he is a little weakened up. As he starts trying to use his electricity powers, it does not work, or it's not powerful enough to do anything. It's mostly like those, it's like, if I had to say, it's like if you use a time stone yourself, but with your quirk. Your quirk goes back in time at least. Your quirk is now weak and useless. It's like that with the dragon arrows. It makes their power really useless when they're like 5 years old, until the effects wear off and it goes back. So yeah. Now then. Shit, sorry. Now let's continue on. Now, as Deku's dad just tells, his mother and Deku to leave. I'll keep you guys protected at least. I'll kill these filthy humans. As well, more dragon hunters appear though. Not just 5, not 10, but 20 of them. As well, one of the dragon hunter commanders just say, 3 skrills. Well, I bet Drago doesn't want 2 adults at least to keep the kid happy enough. So we'll just keep the, 2 alive to traumatize the kid. That'll be at least good. As one of the, dragon hunters says that, wait, can dragons get actually traumatized? As the dragon hunter just says, shut up. Remember, Drago doesn't want any, useless people at least. He doesn't want any quirk people either. Those people are disgusting anyway. Powers like dragons, disgusting. And they have mutations too. Ugh. Now then. As they all charge up all their bows and start shooting. One of them does get Deku's mother, and another one gets Deku's dad, and actually one of them gets Deku. As Deku's too weak to survive this attack, he immediately goes unconscious. As Deku's dad and mother try to protect their son. But it does not work at all. In fact, they get a lot of dragon arrows through their body. Enough to almost kill them at least. Now, these were well-placed shots to not try to kill the dragons. Because Drago does like to kill his own dragons at least. When some dragon hunters, captures a dragon, they will only kill one of the dragons at least. But Drago says if you find any skrills, do not kill any of them, or he will deal with you like so. Mostly just going to kill you, rip off your head, throw you in a dragon pit, and allow the dragons to rip on your body and stuff. Some other shit, it's disgusting. So yeah. Now then. Now, let's do a time skip. Or, it's the next day at least. As Deku wakes up into a cage. A small one at least. And he sees his mom and dad in bigger cages. As he starts trying to yell at them and tell them to wake up, they aren't responsive at all. Before the captain just says, so the baby Skrill's still awake then. That's at least good. As the captain just walks over to Deku and tells him, well, baby Skrill, you're going to have a life of hell at least for these, until you die. You're now owned by Drago Bloodfist, and you better like it though, because you can just be dead instantly. As Deku does not like this person at all. Now then, as the captain just, leaves Deku alone now. It's going to take them about a week or so to get there. So, they have to feed the dragons. But they will not feed them like normally, like giving them enough to survive. They will give them enough to at least live. So yeah. Now then. As they just try to wake up all the dragons at least to allow them to eat, so they won't be fucking aggravating. As they do, a lot of dragons just say, great, we're still stuck in this ship. As others just say, great, they're skrills. Those guys are fucking idiots. As Deku's dad just wakes up and his mother, seeing that they're on a ship full of other type of fucking dragons. As Deku's dad just says, great, our fucking dragons. Deadly Natters, Monsters Nightmares. That's fucking great. Even a Rummelhorn. As one of the Rummelhorns just say, shut up, you filthy Skrill. As the Skrill just tells the Rummelhorn to shut the fuck up. As they start getting a heated argument, the captain just tells them to all shut up, before I kill this Skrill at least. Mostly has a knife to, Deku's cage. Telling the skrills, at least, they can understand them, that if they don't shut up, though, and eat their food like they're supposed to, your son or kid, really didn't check yet, but I might do, your son or daughter, at least, will die. By my own hands, so if none of you shut up, at least. As all the dragons do, shut up. Sure, these 2 skrills, or this Skrill at least, is acting like a douchebag, but the mother and the kid have done nothing wrong to them yet. So yeah, as she does see this, so she is shutting up at least. She does not like any other dragons, not even night fairies. So yeah. As well, every single dragon is feeding enough food to keep them alive. So yeah. Now, as well, all the dragons start trying to keep themselves from going crazy at least. Trying to do something. Deku's dad tries to shoot electricity at his cage, but he sees it is dragon proof. So yeah. Now, as Deku's dad's thinking, dragon proof cages. That's impossible. As well, the monster's nightmare just tells the skrill he might just want to stop there. You waste up all your electricity anyway. As the dragon starts coughing. Now, this monster's nightmare is really old. He is, well, a lot of years old at least. He has lots of kids that he has seen dead and thriving with their own family. So he does understand this though. And he understands its fate, so he's just going to be quiet with it though and try to get a quick, painful death. Or at least when he gets there he'll commit, well, dragoncide. So yeah. Now, you're gonna be asking, how the fuck does a dragon commit suicide? Well, it's simple. A. Drown them. B. Throw them in lava. C. Tell the other dragons to kill them instantly after they get out of the cage, though, and stuff. So yeah. Now then, let's get to the deadly natter. Shit, sorry for that. Now, let's get to the deadly natter. The deadly natter has a plan at least. After she gets out of this cage, she's going to shoot down the ship to allow it to sink. Now, she does see all these locks on these cages at least, and she sees that the only way you can get out if you're really small. As she just tries to talk to the skrill. Mostly not the skrill mom or dad, but the kid. Telling the baby skrill you might want to, not try to screw on with these humans at least. As a dad, skrill tells Deadly Natter to stop talking to his son. You filthy Deadly Natters are too stupid anyway. As the Deadly Natter says, shut up, you filthy skrill. I'm trying to actually help out your son at least. You guys are fucking stupid anyway. You guys think you're better than everyone else. In fact, I heard there's a night fairy though. As Deku's dad just says, wait, aren't night fairies all extinct or some shit? Or at least almost all extinct? Just like a light fairy still, but it doesn't matter. Sorry. No. Sorry for that. As the Deadly Natter says, yes, there is, but it doesn't matter. I heard that there's a night fairy going around at least and saving out dragons that have been hunted down. Sorry. Now, as well, Deku's dad does not like that at all. Night fairies and skrills do have a bad history together. In fact, there was actually a war against skrills and night fairies. It was a bloody battle. Really. A lot of skrills and night fairies did lose their lives, and light fairy too. Even younglings, at least. And baby skrills too. But mostly the casualty for skrill kids were thousands, and for night fairy kids were only for mostly 100 at least. So, night fairies in this universe are pieces of shits. So, fuck night fairies in this timeline, am I right? So, yeah. I hope you guys do like this, what if, and I can see you guys in the next episode. Goodbye.